And we are live with another episode of the 2neSquad podcast. I am your host, Brad Ram, with my co-host,
Cartoon. What's happening, man?
and we got a special guest, Mr. Unloved Ones, Mr.
Clap it up.
Kenneth Myers Jr. It's been a long time coming. What it do, man? How you feeling?
What up, man? How y'all doing?
Good, man. We glad to have you on the show, man. You know, I've been chopping it up with you, online for over a year now, just talking about kicks, releases, man. I know you got a lot to talk about. We saw the trip online you just took to Nike World Headquarters, man. I'm sure it was a movie. I'm sure it was like a dream come true. So, let's get into it. We usually start off the show with our pickups. So since you are our guest, and we saw you was at that Nike employee store, man. Let's hear it. What you pick up, man.
You must have got something good.
I got nothing from the Nike store.
What?
You gotta think about it like this, man. I say this too often, unfortunately, but I don't buy shoes no more, man. I stopped buying shoes years ago. Now, my team, on the other hand, they went ham. Actually, one person in particular, only one of my guys on the team went ham. He got a couple of Tech Fleece outfits, 3-4 pairs. Not to mention, like, we stopped at, we stopped at some places outside of campus, and he got some grails, like some 1-of-3s, 1-of-1s type joints. So really, he went ham. Me, as far as recent pickups, I think the team sent me the silver lows. I got the green glows. I got, what else is recent? Lattes. They sent lattes too. Lattes, green glows, the silver lows. Those are the most recent pairs they sent.
Wow.
Okay. All right, that's what's up.
And shadows.
The shadow lows.
Yeah, the shadow lows.
That's a high relief.
Those are the most recent pairs that got sent here. I'm looking forward to them burgundies, so that's.
Man, I remember when them shadow lows came out. What was that? 17, 15, something like that.
15.
2015. I was at good old Chic at the time. Yeah.
Let's be Chic.
Yo, wow. And they got a good online store, I heard.
I mean,
online is jumping, but
yeah,
I remember when them lows were not moving.
Nah, so like back then, the demand for ones wasn't there, right? It was just dropping limited quantities and seeing what sticks, right? And them bringing back the low. Shout out to my boy Dr. Funkenstein, right? He was tasked with the daunting project of bringing back OG lows. Yeah. So from scratch.
Wow.
No reference, nothing.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, wow. Man. So, like the all the OG lows from 2015 to 2019, you can thank him. And those are the ones that everybody's like, yo, we need the big swoosh back, man. Y'all wasn't out there buying them like that. Like, y'all loud fish in a small pond talking about what y'all want.
Exactly.
But nobody really was hardcore gunning for Jordans like that. Like, well, Jordan 1s. I mean, I say Jordans.
I remember the switch off, bro. I want to say, because I think for me personally, I think the switch off started when those damn shatter backboards came out. Because the year before, I had every OG color. I was like, oh, it's cool. When they come out, it's another one I'll be able to grab. No, couldn't get my hands on it.
I'll tell you what happened. Limited quantities. They had already slashed the SKUs to create more shit. So like, if you look at the years like 2015 compared to 2016, 2017 and up, 2015 was like the least amount of Jordans they released in the remastered era, right? It was such a limited quantity of everything they put out. The 11s that year, 5s, 84s, it was really small. And that following year, everything upped. The year for me that really showed the switch, I pay attention to markets, I pay attention to all that. Not resale, just general.
Just the regular market, right?
General store markets, right? And it's not just the U.S. I'm paying attention to. U.S., Euro, Asia, I'm looking at that. And The year for me is 2017. 2017 had the big collabs that hit. It set the stage for 2018, which was like the year they released the most SKU number of Jordans ever.
Yeah, that was a really that was a that I think that in 2016 for me were like some. I think 2016 is one of the best years we've had for retros, you know. And as far as like remaster, because so much was coming out. Before we go down that rabbit hole, cartoon, any pickups? Nah, you good,
no,
you good.
No, not really. You know, the Force military had to pick those up. I got my hands on the Weatherman KDs.
Okay.
Shout out to my boy Lex, man. He had to have those.
Man, well, see, I had to go back and get everything because I ain't gonna lie to you. I think only had 2 KDs when they first came out, when the KD 4s first came out. I did one on Nike ID, and I did one, and I had my boy did a trade for me for his 4th of July or Independence Day, whatever it was. Traded some Space Jams and some cash for it, so I wasn't mad at that. I'll take it, you know, whatever I have to compare. So yeah, I think that's all I got. I picked up some sale stuff, like the pennies went on sale. The black his high school color, that black and yellow one. Like, you know, just really been on the low.
Nah, okay, that's what's up, man. You know me. I like to go back and cop stuff, but I think other than the military fours, I got the Futura SBs. No, I didn't hit on any of the drops. I did have to go the resale route. I didn't really hit over the head because my plug didn't get my size, and it's all good, you know. So I got those, and I'm happy to have them because I'm also an SB head. As if you've been watching the podcast, you know, before I start hooping religiously, I skateboarded first. So SB is like one of the most creative things I think Nike has going for them right now because the stories and the marketing behind it. Back to you because we're gonna give you the floor, man. We're gonna let you go. But
right.
You were saying 20, you were talking about 28. So I think 2016 to 2018 were great years for retros. And I say 2016 because we got such a variety, even the ones past 14. You know, I believe that year we had the 16s.
Yeah, the CEOs, I remember those.
Was it
Yeah.
17?
The
and you know, 17s.
The 17s, the 18s, didn't I?
At 17 plus, I still got them. Now 18, I don't know.
Or was that 2017 they came out?
No, 15 may have been the
no, it was like 16, 17.
See, my boy Lex, man, shout out to my co-host Lex. He's a banger when it comes to a lot of these years with older retros.
Okay.
And, sorry, not older retros, later number of retros.
Right, past 14.
Yeah, I got, because I know I was at First Colony, so I ain't get to all of that. When the 18s came out, because I was mad because they came out in the regular box. And I was like,
a lot of people was heated by that.
250 and you gonna give me the regular box, bro? Come on, show me some love, man.
I think like the biggest misconception when it comes to sneakers really is why stores get what they get. And I think this is just a later thing that I've been preaching. I was trying to preach this earlier, like in my trying to throw event days, but it just didn't come across the way it's supposed to. We have this thing called store buyers, right? And market research. When everybody thinks that, no, Jordan Brand is just, or Nike in general is just going to make all these shoes and they just sending it out to places. That's not how business works. They meet with these stores. These stores say, hey, we like this. We would like to purchase this from you. They buy it from them and then sell it to us. Meaning once it's bought, guess what? Then it's made. It's not made, then it's bought. It's just not how it works. So if your store does not get a size 14 in a particular pair, it's because they didn't feel they can sell a 14 in that particular pair. So while everybody's like, man, they didn't make enough, this, that, and the third, well, your city, your store, your local store didn't feel like they could sell it. And that's as simple as I can put it now. When I was trying to tell these local kids, is like, yo, you can turn a store into a tier 0.
Gotta sell it out.
And it's like, yo, how do you do that? You gotta sell it out. And it's not even the sneakers, it's the merch. merch, it's the
Everything.
headband, it's the equipment, it's the t-shirts, it's the jackets. You sell that out, oh, they paying attention. That's what, oh, wait, you did this 2 quarters in a row? Hey, man, throw them some Yeezys real quick.
Yep. See how
Now, I know Yeezys ain't it, but you know what I mean.
Right. Give them the limited things, right? Because you know this store can sell water to a fish. So like, nah, I catch that vibe. Yeah, you know, moving along, man. Can you tell us? No, go ahead, talk, brother.
I said all that to say this because there's a ton of people pissed about the 17s.
I was going to let's go.
they made what was demanded, not what they thought they could sell. The stores said, "Hey, we'll take this. How much can y'all give us? How many will y'all give us? That's cool. We'll take that. Right. Oh, I don't want that many. We ain't." Yeah. Those are the conversations the store buyers and promo sample. Yeah.
That's things that, I mean, you gotta understand. You playing with a $300 shoe. It's like you're not gonna find that in B. You could speak on this. You're not gonna find 17s in our, like, you know, First Colony Mall and or you know, shit. I mean, Gallo would have did good for him.
This is Houston talk for those that don't know. This is Houston talk.
I don't know what the different markets or things of that nature, but low, you know, the smaller malls, you're not gonna get that.
Yeah, it's a smart thing. It's a later model shoe that we trying to sell to people who are like 20 years past MJ's prime. They don't know why this shoe is important. They don't. They don't. Even if we tell those stories, it still has to land and connect.
Exactly.
That's like the biggest thing that, you know. One of the biggest takeaways I had from going up to campus talking to everybody was like, y'all are the storytellers, and like I thank them for like a lot of the praise that they gave out. But like the storytellers are on Instagram, they're on YouTube, they're on TikTok, and I mean, I get that you gotta weed through some of the bullshit because there's a lot of bullshit out there and fluff. But like you know the real gonna rise to the top always. And a lot of the niggas that's doing it like for the love and the true passion, they ain't doing this shit because they want free shit or they want to get noticed. Like you see it. I put out some posts that may get 100, maybe 50 likes. Am I caring? No, I'm putting this shit out because this is almost like a personal journey and journal for me. Whenever I put these posts out about a history of a shoe, it's not, oh man, this about to kill him this week.
Right.
If I want to do that shit, I could put something out every single day for the rest of this fucking year that'll kill him. Like that shit ain't what I'm here for. That ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You know, that ain't for lack of better words, that ain't building nothing in somebody's mind about wanting to be a sneakerhead or wanting to be into getting fresh again. Like that shit does nothing. When you have real passion, you have real information on shit, people gravitate towards that. And it has to land. That shit has to land.
Yep. Go ahead, man. Presentation of it too.
No, and I think one thing about your page, and there's a lot of other pages on Instagram, on Twitter.
Shout out to my sons.
And you can and you can tell, you know, they didn't buy followers and it's an organic following. And I think, like you said, I mean, people gravitate towards the page because it's just so real. Like people wasn't on ones, but I tell you this much: me and Cartoon, we was on ones like back in the day, like high school, like early college. Like we was on ones like from the jump. Like we understood the significance of it. And I think until your page started, I didn't see people hyping ones like that. Now I start seeing a hashtag like, you know, Jordan ones only and all of that. And I was like, where did this come from? All of a sudden, now everybody loves ones because...
Shout out to old man Allen, right? So old man, I'm not going to say what he was doing because I don't want him to get bumped off. Motherfucker is genius. He started a Jordan ones page in like 2010, 2013, like in that time.
Super
perfect.
Right, whatever that was. That
perfect. Took off. Like, nothing you can say to this dude, but he was doing it the right way. Dope ass pictures and grabs you in, and it is what it is. What I was getting ready to say is, you know, like sneakerheads in the 90s, early 2000s caught flack for being into sneakers. Like sneakerhead is was a term like calling somebody a crackhead.
Exactly. It was derogatory for sure. Yeah.
We was looked at as ghetto.
Us.
You right.
Oh, you rock Jordans? Oh, you one of them.
You wanted
What?
you wanted that.
You
Wow.
one of them.
That's crazy.
Or I ain't gonna say what I was into or whatnot. Come through, yo, good looking. What's up? Hey, why you rocking them clown shoes, man? Them knockoff dunks, yo, they're Jordan 1s.
Really?
Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. They Jordan 1s, and you short. What's up?
Yo, that's wild.
No, but like for real, like that coming up, it was looked at different. So like I would wear my 1s, but I'm hopping in a pair of damn 9s or you know some Prestos or some Hyper Posits or something Nike wise, quick fast. Because I'm out with my shorty and yo, what is thinking? Oh, what the fuck are those?
Yeah.
Right.
Nah, understood.
You don't want that coming from them older dudes. Like you don't.
Right.
Yeah.
That ain't a good feeling at all. At all. So it's like I say all that, let me condense it in and shit. Like fast forward all of the gentrification, all of the damn capitalist prestige, all that shit, the elitism. I look at people so weird when they sit there and like, yeah, I'm this, that, and the third. I'm like, okay,
all right.
what else? Like, where's this conversation going? Like, what we doing here? Like, why are we talking about what you are? Like, what's up? Like, what's that doing? Like,
right. Like,
where's it going? Who's going with it?
You ain't gotta prove shit to me. I don't care, nigga. I ain't buying that shit. You ain't put those on my feet. I ain't put those on your feet. So where's this conversation going? No. I'm saying though. You saying what?
Right.
That's my man. Man, what? Let me hit man holler him real quick.
It'd be like that.
Well, go ahead, man. My bad. I didn't mean
Nah. Like we said, we're gonna let you go.
Now we're gonna let you go. I'm loving the content already, bro.
It wasn't. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't think it was too bad for us out here like that. At least on my end, like, cause
y'all was good down there.
Yeah, we was.
But yeah, okay. So I'm in LA. I'm originally from Houston. So like, right. Per capita at one point,
a little different in LA.
Huh?
It's a little different in LA.
It's very different in LA.
I don't know.
Very different.
I'm thinking Dunks, Cortez, Mad Nikes, Adidas Sambas.
Sambas is hot right now. That's crazy.
I'm talking back in the day in LA. Am I close?
What you talking about back in the day? Still to this day. Like
Converse.
They love Vans. Yeah. They love Converse.
And Vans.
Yeah. Everybody has Converse. They got the Chuck Taylor. Everybody.
Cortez.
They got Chuck Taylors. They got the shell toe Adidas. You know what I'm saying? Like those shoes are like Vans, Chucks, the shell toes Adidas. Those are like staples. And the Cortezes, like you said, those are like staples here. But I mean, they love SB in California because skate culture is so big here. They love SB.
Yeah,
you know,
they practically birthed SBs. Now in the South, man, it's Soldier Trees.
We jade up, man. Just keep it simple. It's just jade up. It don't matter what it is. It don't matter what it is. From three on, and then one is late over here. But I ain't gonna lie to you. It's we just say jade up. It don't even matter. 11s
for sure.
Go to
for sure. Like forget about the 11s in Houston. Like if you forget about it. Like it's gonna be a nightmare.
They match the cars. That's all it is. They match the cars.
Candy
on the toe, candy on the whip.
They was pistol whipping and one hit of quitters out here.
Oh yeah,
that? Them Concords and them Breads.
Yeah,
that'll do it.
Cool. When I first heard that, I was like, wait. You said one hit of quitters and pistol whippers. What do you what?
Yeah, it's bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they originally came out in '95, like You know, my mom, she wasn't having it because I mean, my neighborhood people was getting like threatened. They was like,
Oh yeah, first time.
Houston was getting jacked for like. Matter of fact, when the Black and Reds came out, like in '96, they stopped selling them because somebody got killed, and they had shoes. They would not sell you the shoe. They just stopped selling them completely. Like it was crazy.
Too dangerous.
Crazy.
Yeah, that birthed that whole Eminem line, man. What happened to a good old fashioned and passionate ass whooping and getting your shoes coat and your hat taken like that?
Exactly.
that when I think about like how dangerous it was at some points in time, just over sneakers. And again, bringing it back to the day when I hear somebody arguing, I'm like, yo, you ain't never been punched.
No.
You ain't never been punched. You talking wild crazy. You ain't never been punched.
Over some shoes.
I've taken some shots to the face. I've been beat up. I've beat niggas up. Like I know that it's different. It's different. It's different.
It is. Now everybody got shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like back then. Like I tell the youngins like it was really a flex if you had some J's because they didn't come out every Saturday like how they do now.
And you were brave.
Coming out on Wednesdays.
Exactly.
And you were brave. Oh, you straight on. You straight into school with those on.
Right.
My nigga.
Right.
Good.
Right.
Shit.
You had to be that dude. You had to have like, you know what I'm saying? You had to have somebody looking out for you.
What was it? The 19s with the face shield on them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my homeboy.
You got the white ones, huh?
Yeah. So my homeboy came back to school with them shits on, looking clean. Like this motherfucker had whole fucking Jordan white breakaway, whip away shit on.
I remember that.
Clean as a bitch. I was like, yo, what? Did you grab me a pair? No. Fuck you mean? No, I'd have gave you the bread, whatever. Cool.
Yeah.
Like we getting out of damn, I think it was like 4 periods. We only had 4 periods. So we had AB days, 4 periods.
Yeah, the block scheduling.
Yeah, we had block sessions. So I'm like one of the few niggas with a car in high school and shit. So I'm about to walk back to my car. He's like, yo, I'll put my shit in the back of your shit. I was like, yo, how the fuck? Well, you ain't asked me shit. How you know my shit was unlocked? Like, did you? But anyway, long story short, we walking back and like he was about to get into a scuffle with somebody. This motherfucker took them shits clean the fuck off and said, hey, we wear the same size.
Yo,
he got suspended. He got grounded.
3 days.
I ain't see that nigga for like 2 weeks.
That's what it came up.
Yo, I ain't fucking shit up though. I ain't do that shit. I wasn't like that. I had half a mind to be like, and I got the box too.
Oh man,
the 19. Dog.
But no, like that's another thing that's like, yeah, you brave to have all that shit in certain areas, certain time frames, and then like, yeah, people didn't know about the fucking Wednesday release. I'm the first one in the mall. Nobody can get here because they ain't got no goddamn car.
Oh man. See, we knew about that Wednesday, man. What it was what release did I see you at B? Well, you saw me. It was the bread release, right?
Man, I
retro release.
So many. But let me tell you one that really sticks out to me, and I'm telling my age here. So when he and I went to Elsick High School, right? He was a freshman. I don't even want to tell. I'm gonna edit this out, the grade, but
I can't edit it out, big guy.
I forget it, man. So he was a freshman. I was a sophomore.
Yeah.
Rashard Lewis went to our school. He was a senior, and he's being scouted. ESPN's coming to the school. And man, it's crazy. They filming his games, all of that, because he's about to make the jump to the league. And it was a Wednesday. And I remember, so this is like 98. And I remember when the French Blue, was it the French Blue 13 in gray?
Okay, yeah.
They came out on a Wednesday. And I remember, and I was telling my mom, like, Mom, you got to take me to get these shoes. I had the money, everything. She like, nah, I'm going to go on my lunch break. I'm like, they're going to be sold out. Like, come on, Mom, like, you tripping, right? So I remember coming out of second period and seeing all these kids that went to the mall. They came to class late and they just had them, and they was reflective. So, you know, you see them from a distance, they like bling, bling, right?
Yeah, that 3 hit them.
And among those kids, Rashard Lewis is one of them. He got him. He must have had that 14 you said the stores don't want to buy. Like, he had that pair. And I was like, that year, I remember, like, he had so many shoes, dude. Like Richard, like he had. When I tell you he had everything, dude had everything. And I remember I was like, man, even and they matched our school uniform. I was like, man, even Richard got them. Like, god dang.
Like, shit. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. So when the Thunders first came out, they matched my school colors, right?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like the dudes were really, really on them, but the girls loved them shits.
Were.
So it was like
06, 07, something like that.
06. That'd be around 06.
Yeah.
06, yeah, I was 19 in 06.
Yeah.
So yeah, 05, 06 time frame. Yeah. Man, listen, shorty that I was with at the time, all she cared about was like matching colors with school colors and shit, right? Oh, so it wasn't like I was going out my way to get them shits, but once I seen them, I was like, man, them shits cool. I still ain't get them though. But
they weren't easy to get back then.
Hell nah. Like, but and then at the same time, like bronze, when LeBron started coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
What we talking? What year fucking bronze came out?
It gotta be 03, 04.
03.
Yeah, when the Soldiers first hit out, like everybody was on it. And let me take a step back. The shoemen, with the fakes that just you can smell them through the box fakes.
Who with us? You know who you are. Shout out to you. Come with the binder in all the colors.
Yeah. I got them in the trunk, man, right now. Get the fuck out my face. Nah, I'm saying, look, $250, I get you 2. I'm good. $350, you can get 4. Listen, fam.
It was bad.
You were wilding.
We know a
Catch
couple
me in the
of
flea market on Saturday. I got you. I got Laney 5s.
No, the pull up was crazy.
But at least in them days, you knew a fake when you like now they didn't got so good. It's like, man.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, that's a different podcast, but But
I just made a declaration. I was talking to my homeboy. Shout out to Z Sneakerheads, right? I was just
we know
I said, yo, I can't post any more of the fucking fakes no more. Like, I get the first looks and all that. I can't do it. I'll post your
you talking about like
your concepts, but I can't like anytime, like, because we see them shits, right? We send them pictures way in advance. We see them shits. Cool. I said, I can't. He was like, yo, what happened? I was like, it ain't even worth it. Like, we know what they we know what a lot of this shit look like. So there ain't no need to even do that anymore. Like, yo, we're gonna post that concept, let the blogs and everybody else have their shit. We ain't even gotta do that no more. Right. Like, I feel you. So like today I put it out there. I was like, yo, I'll be looking at shit like, yo, that's cool. That is what it looked like, but I'm not posting that on my page. I can't. And I don't know what it is. No, I know exactly what it is. I'm sorry. Let me not even lie. I know exactly what the fuck it is. People have gotten so comfortable with fakes, and not even like those fakes, but like faking shit that they really wanted. Like, oh, I want to get a Bread 85 right now, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get a fake pair. And being like ultra comfortable with it. Now, I'm not knocking them. Cool, that's what you do. That's your money. I'm just not posting that shit because that's not my culture. Let me say that. No, that's not my culture. That may be your shit. That ain't my culture.
Right.
And I didn't. And when I explained it to it like that, all my niggas was like, yeah, I feel you on that. I can't. That really ain't our culture. We ain't never been in a position to just get fly, fake the funk. Like, for what?
Right.
Nah, that ain't nah.
Skate Greg was saying that on
changing tires, changing oil or something. What we doing?
Right. Nah, I agree with that. Skate the Great was saying that on Instagram because he was like, this like last year. He was kind of calling someone out because he was like, look, it's too many shoes out there for y'all to be getting like to be copping fakes, UAs, all that. If you can't get the shoe, either you save your money till you get what you know is a legit pair, you know what I'm saying, or you just cop something else. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm not even knocking motherfuckers for doing what they do because hey, that's their money. they felt comfortable with doing that, that's what they want to do. But that ain't culture. That ain't my culture.
Right. I mean,
whatever their reason is for doing that, they really want that shit. It's a collector's piece item for them. Whatever. Nah.
The three of us don't come from that era. You know what I'm saying? And it's prevalent now. But if you was on Nike Talk back in the day and you was doing that, you was getting clowned, you was getting ostracized, all of that. You know what I mean?
Shout out to them dudes too, man. There's a lot of them motherfuckers in there that's still saying "fuck this" to Unloved Ones, and it's cool. I love it. Keep that same energy. Y'all can fucking hate me 2025, 2026. Y'all are going to fucking hate me. All right.
Oh, can you talk about that? Do tell, because we know you were just at World Headquarters. You know what I'm saying? We were talking about it before we start recording. I've been there. You've been there. Like, what can you tell us, man? Let's get right into that, man.
They are in love with those who are there to preserve culture. Okay. Point blank, period. If you've been, watching the actual news cycle out there, certain news blogs, so like Heist and Variety and stuff like that report real news and shit. The Nike department slashed a lot of their shit over the past couple of months, and one of the sectors that was hit was the DNA archive. DNA archive is where they house most of the preservative shit that is Nike. So original t-shirts, original sports equipment, sneakers, whatever the fuck, you name it, it's there. It's like a fucking living, breathing museum that, they created early 2000s to, really preserve the lifeblood of Nike and Jordan. And they slashed a lot of people out of there. So like, bringing it back in, let me reel it back in the land. The people that are out there, like Sean Scholar, OG Support Group, Curator Van, Dylan, me, people who actually care about history of certain shit, they love it because there's not many people that are out there doing it for the love. Some people out there, like I said, they want a bag.
Right.
Ain't nobody knocking you, but we see the shit.
Right.
But that type of shit. So back into what I was in the campus, that hearing a lot of this shit that I was hearing about what they want and what they plan on doing with certain shit, man, that shit was all love. Shit was all love. And like I told anybody who's asked, it was some of the best time of my fucking life.
Right.
I only have a few moments that are bigger than that, and that's meeting my wife and having my children. You know what I mean? Like, is that, and it's not because of anything that I seen. It was the conversations.
Right.
It was the conversations, like talking to H, man. Like, he tapped me on the shoulder. How you doing, young man? Take it all in. You are in the presence of greatness. I'm like, you. He's like, no, this whole thing, and had that small conversation there, because. And this was crazy. It was only me and one of my other guys. Like, I took my squad up there, but they were in the cafeteria because we were waiting on another one of my contacts. And I was like, yo, I'm about to go back in, grab some footage real quick. And when I was in there, that's when it was like everybody just started walking through. And again, meeting people and just hearing things. One person in particular, one of the VPs up there, he's like, yo, start talking your shit. There's one thing you don't do that we want to see you do. Start talking your shit.
Right.
He's like, yo, you've done something nobody else out there has done. And if they've done it, they didn't show it to us. They didn't show it to them. We know you for the Jordan 1. We know you for having seen every single pair that's ever released. You did that.
Right.
All right, my nigga. It was on that type of energy,
right?
On day 2 and beyond. So like, just taking that all in, man. That type of shit is just different. And I was telling people, I was like, yo, when I come back, I'm gonna be a little different. No, like, I am seriously like taking that shit in, man. Walk it. Anybody out there that feel like the shit that you're doing is just fucking phenomenal and you just haven't told the world, man, tell the world how fucking great you are, because you great. You fucking great. You got to do that shit, man. Nobody else going to give you that. You got to take it and give it to the world, man.
Message.
Message.
Nah, I love it, I was in headquarters last fall. I had I'll tell you more off there. I had a great time, and next time I go, I love that you took your squad there because that's something that, like, I got a couple homies I need to take up there, and Cartoon definitely one of them, and I'm sure and H loves him. H thinks he's funny, cool guy, so definitely we got to go meet. He's been a guest on here. We got to get your Cartoon to meet him face to face. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'm glad you got to experience that. And a little earlier, well, before we went live, we were talking about, like, and I don't know, just stop me if you can't speak too much on it, but we were talking about like colorways, and one of the arguments.
That's easy. I could talk that.
Please, because Cartoon and I were arguing about okay, two of our biggest arguments via DM or text is the hue of blue that so like the powder nines, that colorway was off. It was too bright. And I know you said on your podcast, like they're paying attention to the details. And you said like they're looking at videos and pictures that weren't the same resolution, and they're going to certain collectors to see who still has the shoe, and they're taking into account like, okay, over time, discoloration and these things. Mm-hmm. But why can't they do Columbia blue 11s? And why was that powder blue off? Can you explain to our viewers like
this year's 11s?
This year, is it going to be Columbia, or are we? Because I don't like Legend Blue, but if it's
not Legend Blue, it's not Legend Blue. It's Columbia's, but like I guess that name is trademarked.
Okay.
That blue, we're talking about the sole.
I'm talking about
that little bit of blue that's across the black strip.
Tongue in the Jumpman.
That and the Jumpman.
I mean,
because
like,
what I was told
the thread should match the original 90s pair.
Okay.
That's as much as I can tell you. The thread should match the original 90s pair. Anything else after that, I don't know.
As long as it ain't got that milky bottom, I'm good.
I don't think they're doing. I think they're still doing that tint.
Okay.
No, but I'm cool with the tint because the tint looked good on the Legend Blue. It just had that milky bottom. It was the like on the 7210, the milky. It wasn't. No. You know what I mean?
I don't think they're doing that. I mean, the fakes that leaked, what was it, today or yesterday? Those is as close to the samples as possible.
Okay.
But again, like, so yeah, with the whole paying attention to detail, so that they're in the remastered V2 era right now, right?
Okay.
That's we entered that in 2022. I want to say 2 years ago they started like really going back and again the whole teaching people how to do this shit again. Let's go. Shout out to my boy because he said every time he went into these meetings it was a fight. That like we're gonna do this. Let's do it right. Please, let's get it right. And Jordan's side of the house is so different from Nike's side of the house because Jordan's side of the house is like, this is the best way I can explain this shit. So like Nike side of the house, say they have a meeting of 10 people. Out of those 10 people, maybe 2 of those may be sneakerheads, the other 8, nah. Jordan's side of the house is a little different. You have 10 people in that room and maybe all 10 of them are actually sneakerheads. So everybody is trying to abide by what they feel is right and what they feel is going to, pass, because they all got to come together and make this pitch, because all of that still got to pass corporate. Correct. I don't give a fuck how close that shoe is. I don't think that shit going to sell. Then it's not passing. And it don't matter how much we love the shit, because we ain't the damn target demographic. Like, there's demo cards. For every given shoe, they might do 4 or 5 demo cards of who they can sell it to. And a sneakerhead ain't one of them, because we're already sold. And people do not understand that. Like, they want
to grow the business.
We are built in already consumers that don't have to have no marketing. We don't need none of that. We are walking advertisements for them. That's all.
All day.
So they need the new kid. They need new lifeblood. They need to hook the next person. One of the biggest markets that they were trying to fight for is moms and women.
No, I believe it, because I've never heard so many soccer moms. I overheard some soccer moms talking about how much they love the fours, and these weren't OG colors. They're like, oh, I want to get those. I want to get this color four, like the black and red fours, not the OG as we know it. Like, you know, the one that kind of looked like the Thunder. Like they were
Shout
talking
out to
about.
the women's division, man, and the women's president over there, because it's like I had to dig and dig and dig for this article, and I rewrote this article, remade this post probably a few weeks back because everybody kept drilling this. Why is they doing women exclusives? Why this, that, and the third? The U.S. ain't even the market they trying to sell to, dude.
OC.
Oh man, they don't come in this size, this, that. You know why? Because that size don't even exist in this area.
Mm.
Shout out to Nike having that low key. I was mad. I know this has nothing to do with nothing we talking about, but it does. Man, them black and orange women's 12s went to a size 16 online. I was mad.
The WNBA joints?
Yeah, I was mad because I found out late. I was upset. But we'll go back to that later. Go ahead.
The biggest market for them, of course, is overseas, right? So why the hell would they like make a size that doesn't exist over there? Like they might have one or two people per capita over there that wears that size. Why the fuck am I putting out a nah? We gonna make that money, and they have been doing exceptionally well. That is one sector in Jordan brand that hasn't dipped, hasn't wavered since it started. So
the women's department.
2018, so 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. For 7 fucking years, that sector has only been growing and hasn't wavered. Same thing with inline and fusion.
Remember, they had a women's department back then.
No, they tried women Jordans.
Remember they tried
Shout out to Jasmine Jordan. They tried women Jordans. They didn't have a whole division dedicated to just women. They do now. Like point blank period. And they fought for that.
Yeah.
I had that conversation because like that was a deep conversation with them because it was like
that's what's up.
I think it was 2019 and I was caping and I shouldn't have been. And my wife caught me. She was like, yo, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like women don't really give a fuck about you doing that shit and nobody else does. So why are you going so hard? I was like, I just get irritated by people saying that whatever. It's just like, why? Like, are you making any money off this shit? I was like, nah, it's just a little personal. She's like, all right, whatever. And like in the midst of me saying all that shit, I had typed something and I had got a DM for somebody at the women's division. And, you know, this conversation is like, yo, do you mind, like, you know, sharing why you do that shit? And I told her, and I was talking to my wife at the same time. And she's like, you are one of the few that actually get marketing. I was like, well, you know, my wife pushed me to go to school for it, so that's why I'm here. So I look at things from that perspective always versus looking at it from a consumer standpoint, which is why it gets hard and frustrating talking about a lot of shit sometimes because it's marketing brain. I'm looking at it like, is this really going to make money? How's this going to sell? Oh, you make more money if you sell to men? No, the fuck you won't. We are some of the most fickle motherfuckers in the world. Then you want to label us a sneakerhead, even more fickle. Motherfuckers became critics of shit that they don't give a fuck about. You know how asinine that is? You don't really care about something, but you sitting there critiquing it and going in and going ham, and then like you gonna close your phone the next day and not even buy the fucking shoe. No, I'm not selling that to you.
Right.
And there's 30 motherfuckers just like you. And nah, they ain't. Not wasting my time. Right. So I digress. I'm sorry. Went too far.
Nah, man, talk that talk. What you say? He told you talk that talk, man. Talk that talk, man.
Hey,
talk that talk.
Talk that talk. So look, you good.
You know, but let me ask you this: how do you feel about because you know there's a lot of gripes like okay off-center Nike Air on the fours on the black and cement fours the powder blue
like is your pair offsetted or was that just the pair you bitching about online?
I didn't hear you repeat that.
I asked motherfuckers real quick. I was like, is your pair offsetted or was you just bitching about somebody else's pair?
Thanks.
Nah, man, you know my homeboy this that. Did you get a pair? Man, I ain't even want them shits. What the fuck are we talking about?
Right. So what do you think about the nines, the powder blue nines? Like that blue is so
when you see them in person without the whole saturated pics and over filtered pics, I hope you like them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the other thing, right? Like we are in such a over sensationalized era. Like everybody has to make the most beautiful, luxurious fucking photos of a product. And then when you get it, you're so disappointed because it didn't look like those photos you just been seeing these past 6-7 fucking months. Well, of course, this motherfucker took that on like a Nikon 16,000, like with ultra resolution. You not about to see the shoe. he done edited the fuck out that damn photo. Like, yeah, he made that shit look pretty.
Filters are crazy right now.
Yeah, he made that shit look pretty as a bitch, which is why my filters, whenever I do my photos, I try to leave it as raw as possible. The only thing I turn on is the sharpness so you can see the fucking dirt on the damn floor. That's it.
And brighten it up a little bit. Might get a little bright.
Yeah, no, turn the light up so you can see the shoe is focused there, but it's as raw as possible. I don't oversaturate. I don't undersaturate. I ain't touching nothing up. There's scuffs there. There's scuffs like. I want you to see the shoe in its raw essence, which is why from photo to video, there's no difference with me.
Right. So, and I know that
I don't even want to say it like that because I'm not throwing darts at anybody because some of my favorite photographers do that shit.
Right. And I think people don't understand because I was talking to, who was I talking to? I just so happened we took something to MJ23 Dan about a cartoon, and I just because he does all the videos, and he actually hit us back. He hit me back, and he was like, "Cause I was just like, yo, do you have the OG of this?" Because I was like, man, what's up with that powder blue 9? And then we start digging, and we both came to the conclusion, like simultaneously, like, yo, they had some that were made in different factories. And I told him, I said, you know, I went to All-Star Weekend in Chicago 2020. And they had a display, and they had the powder 9s on display. And I think that Jordan Brand went off of that shoe that was on display at that event because it looked lighter, and it wasn't like the darker, what was it, 2010 retro of that same shoe.
Thank you. That was one thing that I wanted to get to. So, like, recollection and remembrance of certain things is jogged by, like, happy memories, right? So, like, when your most happiest memory of something is popping up and it was a certain color, it's a certain hue or whatever have you, and that shit don't match up to what you about to get, you're automatically internalized to be pissed. I don't care who you are. It's a natural thing. That's chemical. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. That's all chemical. So if your favorite shoe came out in 07 and it's a retro and they purposely made that different, shout out Gentry. They purposely made it different in that area on purpose. Let me rephrase that and say it again. They did that shit with intention. Intentionally made these colors different. This Jumpman, no Nike 8. This was intentional.
Hey, since you said 07, you use the Aqua 8. The Aqua 8 is a perfect example. Please.
Intentional. Out of the mouth of the VP of Jordan Brand at the time, hey, we want y'all to miss this shit. So when we bring them back, y'all fall in love again.
Same thing with the Nike Air. Same thing with the Jumpman on models.
There was a lot of politics, and shout out to Gentry because he got a chance to give us his swan song. And for those of you who don't understand that, he released 30 of his best shoes before he left Jordan Brand and Nike. And it caps off next year with the final piece being the Foamposite Galaxy. Yes, Gentry is behind the Foamposite. Yeah, that dude did that. He did that. The cool gray 11s, the cool gray 12s, Mochas, like Toro Bravos. You fucking name it. Like a lot of these pro models, LS models was Gentry. So his swan song,
the Green Bean
30 pairs,
The Green Bean 5 was another one.
Right. Green Bean 5s. 30 retros across Nike and Jordan Brand were released for his swan song, his retirement, his thank you to us, capping off with the Galaxies next year. So I had to throw that out there because a lot of people don't know. It's not a story that has been told. Somebody needs to tell that shit. I can't because I don't know all 30 pairs, but that was done intentionally. Now, I say all that to say this, back to that main thing. So It wasn't just him. It was a couple of other people that were saying, yo, let's do this Jumpman shit. And the moment these people were like no longer in power, guess what happened? We got Nike.
Right.
They brought the shit right the fuck back.
Right.
And it was bad timing because they were already working on, guess what? The fucking remastered program.
Right.
So that's why you got, what is that, 2012, 2013, 2014, where all of those retros was condensed. You mean in the same year we got Breads, Black Toes, Shadows, Royals?
That was a crazy year.
In the same year?
That was a crazy year.
I was there for all of that.
Yeah, that was a crazy year,
For
man.
them to say, all right, man, fuck all that shit, yo. We're going to give y'all we've restarting this whole shit. Shout out to Fujiwara Hiroshi, right? We've restarting this whole entire shit. So originally he was supposed to start out with the 10.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, say that one more time. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
He was supposed to get the 10.
Yep. And he turned it down.
Yeah, he didn't want to do it.
And they offered.
He thought it was too much. He thought it was too much for the public to consume at one time.
Mm.
He wants people to be able to sit with his projects and digest them.
Mm.
He was the perfect person to kick off the remaster program because he was meticulous alongside a team of renegades to reconstruct these shoes, not to make them as close to the retros as possible because they didn't, but to make these motherfuckers comfortable.
Mm.
And we got the fragment ones, December 26, 2014.
Crazy shoe.
I'm sorry. That's all I wanted. I wanted to hit that story because that story always like bugs me the fuck out. Like, yo, they fought for so long to get the Nike Air shit back for them to rush the shit to have the damn like, because they didn't want to scrap the projects that they were working on.
Right.
And also,
like that was the main reason everything was condensed.
Mm.
And that's why you got such a short 2015 too. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. The shoe they brought back, I felt like because the first shoe that was like definitely like a 3 through 6, or if you want to say 1 through 6, that had that Nike branding on it, was the Maroon 6. Mm-hmm. And I was in disbelief because that was a shoe that people talked about on Nike Top for years about them being retro. And I just didn't think it was, and I bought them, you know, like actually my sister bought them for Christmas that year, but I just didn't think that was the way you bring back the Nike Air branding with a shoe like that. Not that it's not a bad shoe. Like if they come out today, I'm copying, but like I think that if you were gonna do that, it should have been like a Carmine. You know what I'm saying?
What year was that?
That was 2015.
That was that was one of the first. So we got a lot of remastered pairs in general because they remastered the 4s and all that. But like Nike Air Grayson, another model, that was one of the first. So yeah, it was a little odd outside of getting the 1s and shit that year. You gotta remember 2015 was very, very small in terms of their releases. It's one of their smallest years outside of like 2005, 2006 when there was a bunch of fusions and shit. So
what year did the True Blue 3s come out?
That was 2016.
Yeah, 2016. And that was the year Sean Scarlett hated me.
Why?
He thought I was stealing his photos, man. Shout out to him. We already like squashed all that shit. Like that's water under the bridge. But that was one of the times where I learned about how social media really works, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that, just putting somebody's name in the caption and shit, that wasn't enough. Like you had to, this isn't my shit. Like, and one of the biggest things that I still say, because people be like, yo, where'd you get those? I was like, yo, you see the hand in the video? It's not. I'm a nigga. Like the hand in that is.
What they thought you had vitiligo? Yeah, what the fuck? Like, yo, Unloved got vitiligo.
I am 100% nigga. There's no mistaking that at all. Yo, y'all would know if it's me. Hey, what's up, y'all? Yo, I just got come on. But anyway, so that just jogged my memory. I was like deep into Facebook groups around that time. Like, and this is around the time. So, shout out my man DNA Mac. He gave me my name. He gave me my name. I was like head over heels for like the most, still am, the most odd shit. Like you really got to catch my eye when it comes to one. And one of the pairs that I was like the Fresh Prince Jordan 1 mids. I fucking love those. He called them just the Cookie Monsters, right? Because that shit had down. It was like felt ripped. It was a crazy ass fucking shoe, but it was in the Fresh Prince colorways. It's blue, purple, green, black, all that shit. I was posting the fuck out that picture, flipping laces and all that other shit. He's like, yo, you just fucking love all of the most unloved fucking ones out there. You're right. I'm taking that.
That's what's up.
and around that same time, again, I'm reposting everybody else's content and shit, right? I reposted a video that had all. He put a video. Sean put a video together of like all three of the True Blues at the time, right? And I thought that shit was dope. Like True Blue was one of my favorite fucking colorways. Like color combos. I love the True Blue mids. So when they came out the True Blue highs recently, I had to grab those. But the True Blue threes was my shit because of Kobe.
Yeah.
So when he made that video, I fucking loved that damn video. So I was like, yo, I thought that shit was dope. And I was posting that shit everywhere. And I guess because he wasn't posting it and it was getting traction that way, he felt the way. And years down the line, you know, us talking, I was like, yo, I kind of feel bad knowing now how social media works. If you don't blast the name that's associated with the video, they won't think that's you.
Right.
It don't fucking matter where you at. If you don't put who this shit belongs to, they gonna think it's you. So again, I've already given him his praise and his props, man, because what he does is simply amazing, and not a lot of people can put together these retros from several different years and then be able to pinpoint the nuances and differences in each pair.
Yeah, I've had a lot of conversations with him, and about just like, and I have to credit him with having the foresight to, because I think he's like in his 50s, early 50s, but just the fact that, you know, the shoes he had at the time he started collecting were the first iteration of that shoe. It's like it wasn't, he has the OG Jordan, you know, 3s and 4s, and the fact that he had the foresight and just the idea to say, I'm gonna keep these, because his black and infrared 6s, that's probably my favorite Jordan, you know, one of them. I think he said he may have worn them once or twice, and he was just like, man, I'm just gonna keep these. And the fact that, because you know, MJ we knew he was something special, we knew he was a unicorn, but he hadn't even won anything yet when Sean and his circle of friends started collecting these shoes. And the fact that he has a page that's dedicated to telling these stories, like, I think that's like, it's awesome. Hate him or love him, what, you know, because I see a lot of comments, and you know, Nike Talk people,
fuck them.
They hate him too. But
stupid.
I'm just saying, like,
it's stupid. I hate all types of people that go out of their way to just be fucking negative, man. Like, grow the fuck up, get you some life, and go have one. Like, cause shit, it's different. Like, if you ain't having fun, what the fuck you doing here?
Right. Because it's supposed to be fun. And the fact that, and I feel like this, if you say you are a Jordan fan, an Air Jordan fan, and you don't like his page and the stories that he tells, it's like, I would question that, because the knowledge that, even the fact that, you know, Jordan Brand reached out to him when they were reconstructing the 2, and he took part in that, and he had them early. It's like, man, you have to. I messaged him. I was like, yo, bro, like I love to see you getting this. I love to see this happening for you, because everybody knows that, and just like you're popular for being a Jordan 1 fan, all of them, even the ones that are undesirable. You know, the 2s, nobody was really like going hard on those 2s before his page got such a big following. Like, if you follow his page, and if you know him, and if you had a conversation with him via DM or whatever, you know that he loves the 2s. You know what I mean? So it's just, and it's funny, because just on a side note, one day I was talking with my friends, and you know, the 11 came out when me and Cartoon were like in middle school, and so I was like, yo, can you break down the significance of the 3 for me? Because, you know, I was so young when the 3s came out. I think I was maybe like in kindergarten, and I don't remember the impact. Like, you remember seeing shoes, but you just don't remember the impact, and you've had many pairs of them. And I said the 11 to me is like, it's just like, the pinnacle. Like, it's just the greatest to me. Is the GOAT of the Jordans, if not the threes. It varies, but anyhow. And he broke it down. He's like, look, this is what you got to remember about the threes. He said, and I asked him, I said, are the threes to your generation what the 11s are to my generation? You think that's a good comparison? He said, it is. But he said, keep this in mind too. He said, when the threes came out, he said, there was a lot of things that we did not see. He said, for example, that was the first time we saw the Jumpman logo. It had never been seen before. He said, then you had the ads with Spike Lee and Michael Jordan, right? And he said, on top of that, look at what he did in that shoe. He said, he was the MVP, the Defensive Player of the Year, the All-Star MVP. He said he just had a phenomenal season. So he said, like, he said, I can see where people from your generation, think that, the 11 is the GOAT. But he said the 3 had a bigger impact. And just the way he broke that down for me, it's like I hadn't even considered, like, because, at that time, the Jumpman wasn't like it was old, but it was like we were familiar with it. They weren't familiar. So he said, and when you take the marketing, you take that silhouette, you take what he did in them, different impact. So I think Sean has a lot of knowledge and a lot of great stories to share and to tell, to people who are like into the Air Jordan. With that, we're gonna have to bring you back, man. We gotta do this in 2-part. But
man,
that being said, with that, and I know Cartoon, I know you got questions, but with that being said, man, another thing you're known for is dropping info. And we saw a lot of stuff that Z Sneakers leaked today. Is there anything that you can tell it? Because I kind of was reading in between the lines, and I DM you, and people I know that are in the know. I don't try to hit them up and bug them like, oh, this coming that. I don't want to be that dude, but I've kind of figured out that the black and red Jordan 1 was coming out next year, for the big anniversary. But is there anything, you've been to headquarters, and even prior to going to headquarters,
prior to headquarters, I knew I've known about the 85 high since 2020.
Okay.
So I know most of the ones coming out until 2027, 2028.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Oh boy. Wow.
And
so
anything? And it is because I cracked the code. I had cracked the code on. I said, oh, so this is what we doing. They said, what? I said, retro, sample, PE, retro, sample, PE. He's like, you're right. So what we doing next year? And I said, if you wanted to throw a curveball, you'd give us a metallic.
There you go.
It was like, all right, it might be one you love too. I'm like, that's what we doing? That's what we doing? Okay. But when it comes to a lot of this shit, man, again, like you sit on the information because it's not like you just want to put information out there to put information out there. Because if we wanted to be dicks, we could sit here for the rest of the fucking night, every 10, 15 minutes and put something new out. And pretty much give you all of next year, the rest of this year, whatever have you. Because nobody said anything about collabs. Nobody said anything about any old retros. Nothing. Like, people are just posting shit that, without like any, basis to stand on either,
Right.
I could have been said something about the reimagined Black Toes. I did say something about the reimagined Black Toes because they were supposed to come out last year and Royals was supposed to come out this year, but shit happens.
I just gotta admit, man, I hate that name.
What, the Reimagined shit?
The reimagined shit.
That's my fault, because that wasn't supposed to be out there. That's my fault. That was internal shit that shouldn't have never been out.
What, the reimagined name?
Yes.
Yeah, because some of it is like, it's not reimagined, it's just vintage.
No.
To me.
Vintage is just a filter, and they only used it twice. They didn't mean to. So when it came to,
would you consider the Lost and Founds reimagined?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's a new filter on a Chicago.
But
it's only It's only looked at like that because we have X amount of customizers out there that have been doing vintage filters on shoes for the last 15, 20 years. That's it. If we didn't have that, you wouldn't look at that shoe the way you do. You'd be like, oh shit, they did something dope. Instead of being like, why the fuck are y'all doing shit that's
No, I'm not saying it in a negative.
I know you're not, but I'm saying that's still
for me. I'm just saying for me personally. Like when I think reimagine, in my mind, reimagine is something that this how it came out. Let's reimagine it to this, right? Like the Royals would be a perfect example. Leather, reimagine it to suede, nubuck, whatever it is. The bread, reimagined from leather to patent leather.
But
that's
I'm saying,
me.
This is
I guess I'm just
a cracked leather. This wasn't like a heat treated material or anything. This was actual cracked leather.
Cracked leather, like.
So
but it's given, but that's how the older like 85s will look. To me, my mind is saying that's vintage. The 85, the leathers.
Or a better word would be like aged, or like you know what I mean. That aged look, like the threes, like so.
I
get it, but I'm
when
saying
those came out, he was saying they're not reimagined; they're just aged. You know what I mean?
Old.
Right. No, but see, I understand that. The reason why I'm saying what I'm saying is because if we didn't have customizers doing it, you wouldn't say that. It wouldn't be it's just age. It'd be like, oh shit, how the fuck did they do that to a new sneaker?
Right.
We didn't know how.
I see both sides. I understand.
And then the other part of it is the word vintage, right, is so misused. That part is misused. Like, but I do get what you're saying though. I wholeheartedly get what you're saying because I had to explain that to my wife because it was like they aged the sneaker. What's different between that Chicago and your Chicago? I was like, my Chicago I never looked like that.
Never.
So like, what you mean? I was like, it's never going to get to a point where it looks like that. I would have to have this shoe for 50 fucking years for it to look like that.
Facts. That's what happened with my son. So he has the lost and founds. His mom didn't let him wear them to school because she thought they were just old. I said, no, that's
how they came. But yeah, so that was never supposed to be out there, right? Everything was just supposed to release in its new filter, and we were supposed to be able to enjoy it. My dumb ass jumped the gun, and because and they had to run with it. I'm sorry, y'all. If any of y'all hear this shit, my bad. I already told her that shit in person, so I was like, that was wholeheartedly my fault. So that like literally changed the game plan of how everything else had to come out because it was just a filter of how they were retelling certain stories for certain pairs. And because of that, I don't know if they're going to. Anyway, I'm not even going to get into that. But if you look at it, the first one was the Breads, and they were not called that in outside of campus. Like internally, the reimagined Breads is coming. So what the fuck did I do? Shit, we got reimagined Breads coming.
Right.
No, man, they just patent Breads. Yeah, but they're
reimagined for sure.
And I caught so much heat from all of the resellers and all the motherfuckers out there. It's like, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
That's
I don't know shit, man. I just talking, man. But yeah, the reimagined filter is supposed to grace several different silos over the next couple of years, and next year is gonna be fun.
Is there one thing you could drop without getting in trouble, or no? That people don't know about?
You try to get people in trouble.
That people don't know about?
You try to get people in trouble.
It don't have to be a Jordan 1.
I mean, that's the only thing I can stick with. I mean, I know tons of other shit. I put this out there before. They've been toying with doing a luxury line for like forever, right?
Okay.
And not the Wings collection or nothing like that. They've just been toying with doing this luxury line. We've seen samples pop up here and there. I I do think it will come sooner than later.
So when you say luxury, you mean maybe like because they did the
Benz,
Dior, maybe
like
like a Louis Vuitton or
no,
Gucci.
fuck no.
Okay.
That shit was that wasn't Jordan Brand doing them. That was them doing Jordan Brand.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people miss that when it comes to certain collabs. Like you can see the difference in when Jordan Brand's doing something and when somebody else is doing something, which is why the Wings collection is what the Wings collection is. Like they've been wanted to do that to that level, but just different. Yeah, there's that. And I mean, them fucking breads, man.
Are they gonna be super limited?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that'll be limited.
I don't know. I don't know if they said anything because this ain't nothing they talked to me about. But allegedly, there's supposed to be special packaging for a select number of pairs outside of that, but it's supposed to be a decent amount. Every year for the 85 highs, they up the stock.
Okay. Good.
Yep.
Every year the stock goes up. So
Because
this
I haven't
year
been able to
the
get any.
burgundy is a lot. They already released a good amount, and they still got some releasing this month. The rest of them are releasing.
Okay.
And
Because I haven't been able to get any, not a single one of them for retail. Not
I mean,
the white and neutral gray, like not one. Not even the black and whites, like
excuse me, sorry. Their neighborhood dropped, so it is allocated different than the
Right.
normal shit. But Shoe Palace is gonna happen this time.
Okay.
A lot of good stores are gonna get them. Some big box stores are gonna get them. Now I got a good Shoe Palace Connect. I got two good Shoe Palace Connect.
I got one.
I'm trying. And you know what? Let me not say connects. They're just good people because I don't ask people for shit like that. Like
I do.
If ever I come knocking, it's never really for me. I'm knocking because I got a co-host who want this, or one of my boys want that. I'll say I need this, but I'm not asking for it.
Right.
Like, I need them burgundies, but I'm not asking nobody for it. I get them. I don't. Oh well.
Okay. Let me hit you with a couple more questions. I know Cartoon might have. I want to know this. Outside of, I know we know you're a Jordan 1s guy, but like I like SB. I think SB is super dope. Do you have any thoughts or knowledge of like what Nike is doing outside of Jordan Brand? Because like we said, it functions as its own entity. Like I like Vomeros, I like SB. Is there anything
I'll
else?
have Brandon One on Twitter. He is the guy to go to for all the information outside of Jordan. He knows a lot of shit about Jordan, but Nike, Adidas, Sauconys, whatever you want to call them, New Balances, that's your guy. He got all of the info. So if you're not following Brandon One on Twitter, you're losing. Because he got all that info. That's my boy. That's my young boy. He came with us on the trip too.
Word.
But yeah, he know all that shit. I don't know anything on the Nike side of the house. Okay. I got people over there. I got real good friends over there, but I don't know, info like that from them.
So who won the battle, Kendrick or Drake?
Wait. Sit on that. Hold on. Before you
really?
I just want to hear you say, bro. Like we already know.
Go ahead.
I got a question because I think because my question is, how did you land on? I'm pretty sure your followers know, but we're blending right now. How did you land on shooting for the ones? Like,
so you see this right here? This has like the original 16, right? And I said, yo, that should be easy as fuck, yo. That's one of my favorite models. Yo, babe, I want to go back into collecting shoes, but I'm only gonna do the ones. And once I get all of that, all the 16, I'm done. This was after my last deployment. This was in 2011.
Okay. That's what's up.
Nah, y'all missing it. I still ain't got all 16.
But you will. We're sure you will. We sure you know.
No, we won't, because Jordan Brand is never going to do certain colorways, right? So they're not doing the metallic orange because they did something similar with the retros. That one's dead. They're not doing they're not doing metallic purples because they did the women's joint.
The women's one, yep.
They're not doing the blacks because they're doing a low version of the 85s. That's coming out later on this year. That's dead. The only ones that leaves left were green and blue, and I doubt
But
we're getting a metallic blue.
did they like a green? They did a green high before, right? But it had the Jumpman on the tongue.
That was in 2009. I don't even count those as damn.
That
I
tumble.
don't count those because that was tumbled leather. Do the right thing. I remember that pack.
I love those metallic blues. Those are some of my favorite ones.
I love them too. I love the metallic red joints and
I got them.
Metallic pack is some of my favorite. But you're missing what I'm saying. 2011, I said, baby, I'm gonna finish that, and then I'm not. I don't need no more sneakers. I'm done. 200 something odd pairs later.
No, I caught
it. We caught it.
You're never done with
my
this,
wife
man.
looks at me like, nigga, you ain't never gonna be done. I don't know why you said that shit. You talk that. You talk a big game to all the motherfuckers. Everybody hear this story. They love this story. Motherfucker, you still here.
It's not our fault. It's not our fault.
Hey, man, who will we judge? We're in the same boat. Let me ask you this. Would you like to see the Union ones? Because we've talked about that before, you and I, like both owning the Union ones and like, getting rid of them and regretting it. Would you like to see Union do a retro of those? Do you think we'd ever get a retro of the first Union ones?
No.
Never?
Do I think? No, ever. Chris doesn't want to. Do I think they'll do something in the future? Fuck yeah. They probably shit. I give them 2 years, 3 years. They're gonna do some shit. They're not about to just let that go. Like they're gonna end on a high note if they decide to like separate and do some other shit. I think they'll end off their Jordan collaborations like with a fucking bang. And that's just my opinion. Yeah. So I give them 2 3 years, 2 or 3 years.
We need more like the first run. You know what I mean? Maybe like a I don't know, like a UNC blue and a shadow combination, something. We need more like those. That was so powder blue.
Is it UNC?
Whatever.
It's always going to be dark cloud of blue, man.
Yeah, I know it. We still answer the question though. Because here's my thing.
Ask what you want to ask. I got you. Like, I
know
how to answer questions.
Off the air, we gonna ask off the air. We gonna ask you off the air.
Last one, powder blue. This
ain't for everybody because
we got to end it. So I have the OG powder blue now 10s, right? 94 or whatever, 93, and I have the retro powder blue 10s. Easily to see, it's 2 different colors.
Right.
The dark powder blue, right? And then it's the more UNC color.
It's still dark powder blue though.
Right. Because on the box it says dark powder blue. Why do you think the change of the tones of color went? Is it from what we said we're going by the
which year are we talking though? Like anytime between 2003 and 2012, that's Gentry saying, I want this to be different.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's on purpose.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You're right. Got you. Okay. Yeah, because bro,
that was intentional.
Not since you brought it up.
And like, sorry, Gentry, because it wasn't just you. There was several other
people.
We
understand. It worked anyway because I still got them. As we
Gentry takes too much heat, but I was told about the Columbia that it was because at one point Columbia University was no longer a Nike school. And they couldn't use that color.
That goes back to the whole legal trademark shit I said earlier. Yeah, like the color is trademark. So of course they can't just. They got a legal team that is fucking unbeatable. They'll get around some shit.
Right. Which makes sense now because now that you say that, I think back to the varsity red 6s and the infrared. Yeah, all of that. He got the thumbs down.
The pink and white 6s and the pink and black 6s. Yeah, I remember.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like those.
I love infrared. That wasn't infrared.
It was not. But I got the. I just felt. Fresh prints. The spray paint. It worked for me. I was cool with it. I wasn't too mad. But that
Technicolor on the TV. You know how bright that shit really was. Bro, that shit wasn't that bright in person.
I see it every time I pull them out.
Go to grandma's house. We trying to watch TV. Damn, those shits look nice.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about I ain't talking about what he had on. I'm talking about the spray paint logo. All of that.
Bring back the Durabuck too, that the original Sixers
They
had.
can't. That
I know.
company is gone. Like you can't
I know.
replicate something that is no longer around. Like
Yeah,
and that material was toxic as fuck.
I
Yeah,
know.
we getting that shit.
You talk. I'm not getting into that.
No,
Hey,
I know.
regular
I saw the article.
I'll take the regular new buck. I'm cool with that. Cause that I don't know what they got going on now, but I'll take it.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at my grown ass son. Go into the freezer and grab a fucking popsicle. It's like it's like 10 at night. What are you doing, dude?
He like working, man. The light is on. I need to cool off. I get it.
Yo, I think we're gonna bring it to a close here. We do have a few more questions off the air. Yo, Mr. Unloved Ones. Great man. Thanks for coming on, sharing. We enjoy your content.
No doubt. I appreciate y'all having me on. I was trying to be as unfiltered as possible. I hope y'all got some good shit. I hope I ain't ruffled too many feathers out there. If I did, I don't give a fuck. We good. So,
yo, that's what we want, though. That's what we want, man. Nah, man. I mean, I love your content. I love how humble you are. Like, you talking your talk, but you do have a lot of inspiration.
I hope I ain't fake humble to motherfuckers neither.
No. I'm talking just like
that fake humble shit is out there, yo. I try not to like.
No, what you said about talking your talk and like letting that light shine, like you do have a lot of inspirational posts, and I think people miss that in the midst of like the sneaker talk. But you do have a lot of positive things to say if you're really catching it, if you're really paying attention, if you're, I won't say woke, but if you're alert, because woke has a different connotation. But if you're really alert, you'll catch the good content that comes. You'll catch the inspirational. The motivational stuff. If you're alert, woke has a different meaning now. But
that is hilarious.
I think we gotta have you back, man. We definitely gotta have you back.
We set something up.
But we gonna sign out right now. I'm the host. The co-host Rad Rim with
Cartoon.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for coming on, Mr. Unloved Ones. Until next time.
We out.